Let's do it.
Let's do it, son.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Take a dump. Do,
Oh
do.
God,
Take a
you
dump.
bastard.
Eat all day or dance all night. Eat all day. It's time to make my pants into a brown throwaway. Take a dump. Woo, woo, take a dump. Now you will never listen to that song again without singing "Take a Dump." You know.
No,
So
never.
that's right. So this weekend at Con Bravo, I learned that you will never hear the song "Shake It Up" by the Cars and you will now sing it as "Take a Dump." That's right.
I
Bald
think that's
my
how a lot.
eyes. Everyone is freaking out because I'm ugly and I'm bald.
Damn
Yes.
nerds.
That's incidental. I'm making a parody, Manuel. It's not cop. They can't claim me for that. I'm saying take a dump. I'm not even singing the song. Yes, we are live, Billy Carter. Uh huh. Bro- Brother of President Jimmy Carter. Sure.
No,
All
Billy
right.
Beer. That's who you're thinking of. His brother.
Yes, that's what I said. His brother. All right. So we were in Toronto. Well, we were in Hamilton. We were also in Toronto. We had a good time. We got to meet Dodger of Zion in person, right? And anybody that follows the Discord server for the is it your Discord server or is it
Yeah,
yeah.
my Discord server
They
apparently.
they got to find out some very pertinent information, right? A little shocking to the world, but
And news, right?
yep, yep. Good news for everyone. And let's see, what else did we do? We got to see some very interesting people dress up in a lot of costumes for the weekend. Now, I gotta
There
ask
were
you.
many smells that I do not approve of. Yes,
There
we
was
are.
a lot of legal weed going on in
Oh,
Canada
dude, you
because
were baked for near the entirety of the damn trip.
no, I wasn't. I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know.
Uh,
I probably somebody
yeah,
else. I can tell
yeah.
you.
I don't know who. I wouldn't do such a thing. It's legal there, you know. But yeah, it's just like drinking alcohol or whatever. And then let's see, we went to see a Toronto Blue Jays game where they, of course, while we're in attendance, they blew an 8-1 lead. And
That was beautiful.
yeah, and they lost 10-9. They gave up what 10 runs in the last 4 innings. That was amazing.
Nine
That
runs or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was I was impressed by that. And then what else we
Got a
do?
couple panels. Like we had
Yeah,
that. We actually had people show up. I'm shocked at that.
that was amazing too. So you led a talk on rebranding your channel. Thank you, Stormus Enormous. I love you too. And
Oh,
and yeah, so you gave a talk on that, and I think I might have had too much legal weed before then. But then, because at one point I lost my train of thought like completely in it. Like I was just like, wait a
hey,
minute,
dude,
what are
I
we?
do that all the time,
Yeah,
just even sober.
and you weren't
So like,
even yeah you weren't even drunk. We also found out that craft beer in Canada is terrible at the
it's not good. I mean, the LCBO shit. Anyway, apparently everyone's saying like you need to go to the breweries, but we don't have time to go to them breweries.
what was that? We
Even
went
if
downtown. What was the name of that steam whistle? Was
Steam
that
Whistle in Toronto, it's right by
yeah?
the Blue Jay Stadium. That wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad brew right there.
It wasn't pure shit.
We'll get to the snapper chats, Tucker. Man, we got to talk about our trip. We haven't talked since yesterday.
I
So,
know, right? It's
gosh, it took
crazy.
forever to get home. I didn't get home till like 7:30.
I got home at like 3:30, 3:45,
Who's your friend,
4.
Andrew? Huh? Who's your friend that I can birthday shout out for you? Happy birthday, Andrew Cameron's friend. That's the best I can do.
Happy birthday, man.
You got to be specific, bro. You got to be specific. All right. Well, we easy there, critical. We got to get to the snapper chats before we get to those questions. But I'm sure someone will mention how disastrous the receiver core is. So then we did a live dumpster fire, and that was another thing. People actually showed up. I was
Yeah, I was
impressed.
shocked by that. We had like what, 15, 20 people show up to that, which is shocking considering A, we
Yeah.
didn't really promote, and B, it's not really a sports based thing. It's more, anime and comic book shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there was people wearing sports jerseys. A fella stopped me. I think it was, what was his name? Daniel? I
I
forget.
forget.
Yeah.
He got you that nice little Ranger shit.
No, he gave me the LCBO shirt. He was wearing a Raptors
Oh
jersey.
yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah. It was during the that Cards Against Humanity game.
Yes.
Did you say
Yes.
that?
And then the gentleman that stopped us in on the way in gave me this. It's a New York Rangers piggy bank so I can save for when they never win the cup, was basically what he said. And it was like hilarious and triggering at the same time,
Oh, I got a Steelers
which
helmet. It's
yeah.
pretty much just saying enjoy when you go 8-8, and I
Yeah,
countered by
yeah.
saying no, they're going 9-7.
Yeah.
Gotta be
That's
optimistic.
9-7. Wow. 8-8 is more realistic for me. Tyler, that's it. Tyler was the guy's name. No. Tyler is the guy whose birthday we're shouting out. Happy birthday, Tyler.
All right,
All right.
happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, so the show was fun. We had about, what, 15 people show up to
15
check
to
us out?
20 or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
So I said
I
I
was
was like,
surprised.
I'm surprised. I'd be shocked if we got like 5 people for our shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
whatever.
And then it was fun. It was all arranged by our own moderator here, Dodger of Zion.
She's been
got
trying to
us-
push me to go for that for like
Yeah.
over 6 months.
She got us to go up to Hamilton, Canada and check things out. And I had fun. Now, I would say that, yeah, probably the most of the con goers were not our crowd, but it was exactly what I expected, right? Like it was,
Yeah, it's a little bit.
yeah, it was crazy in the fact that, yeah, there was people dressed up like furries.
Well, I mean, cosplayers are
Yeah.
pretty standard like that. That's pretty tame in comparison to some of the shit you'll see.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it was tame. You said there were some smells that you didn't like.
Yeah, it's like BO odors.
I like, whoa.
I
That's the
saw a
wrong
little
one.
stand of body pillows. I'm like, poor
That's the
bastards.
wrong one. Whoops. Sorry.
I'm just texting.
Yeah, even my son laughed. Like I was showing him all the selections on the floor, and then my 14-year-old son was like, "Ooh, body pillows," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah."
Yeah,
They
yeah.
sold body
There's
pillows.
probably a couple people who bought that shit out of shame and just
But-
said like, just ship it to my PO box.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you can't buy a fleshlight in person, right? You can't just buy one there and like kind of just.
No, you buy that shit on Amazon apparently.
I will tell you this. I used to go to the World Gynecology Association meeting when I was in that field of gynecology, and the biggest line at the convention would not be to talk to some expert in women's health. It would be for this miniature little sex toy thing, and every doctor on earth would buy that shit. And I was like, wow, that's the biggest thing we got going on here is little sex toys at the gynecology. It used to be fun when people asked me what I did. I was like, yeah, I worked for a women's health lab. And then they're like, what does that mean? I was like, yeah, my lab tests vagina, hoo-ha's, all day. That was fun. I made a shit ton of money in the vagina market. All right. Oh, is that Hiei? Is that Hiei in there already? Yeah, so we got to meet Hiei. We hung out in his room. The whole
he had a good room.
Yeah, he had a good room. He dropped us some voice. He had a spot on Billy Mays imitation, by the way.
He had a good Alex Jones too.
Yeah, he did. He did it all. We'll have to get him to do some voice work on our videos. I don't know if,
as I said, I'm trying to get it. He should get off his
Mays.
ass and do shit.
Yeah. He's too busy.
Even some random nerd said he should be a voice actor. And the nerds are right.
Nerds have the toughest taste to.
Oh, they're hardcore. They're extremely intricate.
They'll throw you down under the bus, man. I did have fun playing the Cards Against Humanity. That was fun too. I was very welcomed there. So I'll actually put together a vlog about it and talk about it with all the and I'll announce, I got a lot of footage, so it should be good shit. So
I did not. So you are saved from my awkwardness at a awkward convention.
You're not that awkward.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm trying to make it self-deprecating and shit. That's how it is.
Yeah. Then we got to see the Blue Jays play. All right. Let's start with these snapper chats. So we got our 10 minutes of talking in, okay? Gosh, you guys are so
I know. I mean, it's just yeah, I get it.
Uh-huh. Yep. And then Mew was there. She dressed up like Sonic. And then my buddy Joe and his fiance Georgia. We hung out
Yeah, you two
as
hung
well.
out a good bit. I mean,
Yeah.
for reasons of
Uh-huh.
420.
And then Tex had to tell you about tradition the whole time.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
Tex was more than about tradition. He's
Yep.
about
Texas.
his thing is shitting in sinks whenever Brooks Horbick scores a goal in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
those poor sinks.
Yeah. Did someone say tradition? That was a good bit all week. All week. All right, I'll start with Jared Froman for $5. If I was the Angels, I would be embarrassed by this. 7 games against the Orioles and the Tigers. 5 games in, they're 1-4 against them. Wow.
They were the
So
game of the week on YouTube yesterday. Like they got smacked.
I was invited to that broadcast, but I was exhausted. I did
Yeah, I
lurk a
don't
little
blame you,
bit.
dude.
Yeah, I did lurk a bit.
I mean, like I said, like that's why I haven't released a video in a week and a half. It's because the convention, but I should have a vid out tomorrow. Keyword is
Yeah,
should.
yeah. You know what also was fun
And
about?
also, I did want to announce I'm probably doing a MLB trade deadline stream tomorrow. So
Yes,
a little heads up for that.
shameless. Shameless you are with
Oh, I'm
promoting.
on hardcore shameless,
Right.
man.
You are shameless.
Next, I'm going to be sponsored by blah blah blah.
Right. You might as well be a Gallagher. You're so shameless, you know?
Oh no, I'm like Kiss in terms of shameless.
Mm-hmm. No, not Gallagher the comedian. The Gallagher from the show, Shameless, you know? That's the
I never
famous
saw
line.
that.
Neglect
I
is
thought you
good.
meant the comedian Gallagher who like
No.
smashes
No,
watermelons.
you've never
on
seen
stage.
Shameless. He says neglect is good. It teaches you the kids self-reliance. Mm-hmm. All right. Where are the Angels in the standings? Yeah, they're only 2 games over 500. Do you think they buy at the deadline? What the fuck?
They're in a limbo. I don't think they should because let's be real, they're too far behind everyone else. Plus, the A's are like, I mean, if you're realistic, they're 5 games out of the wild card and they're like 13 games out of the division. I think they'll probably sell off a piece or two. I don't think they'll do anything major though because all the signings they had over the year were just like total duds. I think like Tommy Mostello would probably be a one they might
Mm-hmm.
sell.
But
Maybe a few bullpen arms.
lucky for them, Pujols is going off into a corner and dying. You know,
Well, I
like
mean, yeah, I mean, except for the fact that they're still paying him for another 2 years.
right. And they're also Shohei is not pitching, right? So that's why they suck. You know, they signed him to be a 2-way player, and he's only going one way. So
Yeah, well, because they killed him last year. That's
they
why.
did. They did. He should have picked one. That's why they don't do it. That's why he can't be a 2-way player. Because
Only in extreme certain situations.
yes. Yes. All right, I'll read this other one because it's also from Jared Froman. The Tigers' tank job has been so efficient that they've blown past the Orioles for the worst record in baseball. Now I'm surprised by that.
Yeah. They had a record under 300 at one point. Like, they are bad.
They are shit. They are shit on a stick. They're 5 games in front of the Orioles for the tank series. And they're
Well,
just
they're hardcore, but Baltimore has also played 5 more games.
Oh, wow. So they've lost all the games,
Pretty
basically.
much.
Yeah. Well, Baltimore's won all 5 of those games, so the Tigers could actually lose even more. Like if the Tigers play those 5.
If there's Baltimore, they'll win something. It's going to be giving up the most home runs in the league.
Oh my gosh, they're underhanding it up there. They're just like,
Dude,
here you go.
I think they already have over 200 home runs given up, or close to it.
They are bad. But
They gave up 2 today. They gave up 5 yesterday.
How are the Tigers worse? That's all I want to know. How
They
are
have
the
no
fucking
hitting. Their hitting is horrid.
Their pitching is bad too.
Like,
they are a shit
yeah,
team.
that'll do it. Like that, they're playing Trevor Rosenthal in the major leagues, and he was hot garbage for the Nationals this year. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Detroit sucks. I'm sure Taylor Phillips from the Michigan Sports Truth just loves seeing his team fucking just nosedive like that. Like, what a fucking lost fucking thing. All right.
If you want to speak of nosediving teams, sorry. But let's go to the next Snapchat here from L. Chris. And this is a good one for you for $2. 5 points. Your thoughts on the trade?
Which one are we talking about here?
I'm guessing Stroman.
I think he's remarking about Marcus Stroman. You know, when it first happened, I thought it was dumb because I thought that the Mets were buying, but it's clear that the Mets are selling now.
But
And
why
they
did they buy Stroman?
because they want him for next year, right? So
Yeah,
if
but it doesn't make sense.
well, they have clearly recognized that. Oh, is Cole Adams here? Hey, what's up,
What's
Cole
up, man?
Adams? Um, what's he asking? Hold on, let me finish answering this one, and then I'll answer that question real quick, so you don't have to snap or chat us, Cole. Cole, everyone, check out Cole's channel, by the way, after this show. So Stroman deal I like now that they're saying, all right, they'll have him for 2 years. That gives them an off season to put together a bullpen. Hopefully they get rid of Diaz, because he's clearly not the solution. And they can hit. They just have no bullpen. So I kind of like it. But if they trade Syndergaard, then I really hate it.
Yeah, my question is, why are you acquiring Stroman if you're going to trade Thor?
I don't think
That doesn't make sense to me.
I
You're
don't
like
think so.
downgrading in terms of talent, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, Thor is better than Stroman, but Thor has just been getting lit up this year.
Yeah, like in terms of production, Stroman's better, but in terms of raw talent, I give it to Syndergaard.
Yes. Syndergaard has that Nolan Ryan potential, Like he could if he could rein it in and get that slider working, that would be amazing. All right. Cole Adams asked real quick, hey, have you either of you been to an NFL training camp? It's super fun, extremely underrated, but I did was when I was a kid, so I wanted autographs. So a bunch of our compatriots got to go out to LA for the Cowboys training camp.
I think they're going later this week.
Oh, okay. I've never been. So even here in my town in Central Virginia, that's where they did the Redskins training camp. My kids went, and I have Chris Baker's sweaty glove-filled leather glove, and his hands are actually, he was an offensive lineman. His hands are actually my hand size, and I have little Barney Rubble hands. Like I don't have big hands.
I've never been.
See. So you never went and said, "AB, please sign this," and then be like,
It's about 2 hours away in Central PA in a town called Latrobe.
You're not dedicated enough. You talk shit about the Steelers and you don't even show up to training camp. Whatever.
Fuck no, man.
You should be like that, like in Ace Ventura when he gets the guy Dan Marino's autograph and he's like,
It's all about laces out, man.
"Yep,
All about putting the laces out."
yep." All right, let's keep these moving here. Yeah, so I actually like the Stroman trade now, but it depends on what they do with Thor, whether I absolutely hate Brody Van Wagenen and want him to just, fall off a cliff, or whether I think he's a misunderstood genius. Tucker White, 94. Hot take prediction for the 2019 Predators. Go. Missed the playoffs. That's my hot take prediction right there.
Mediocrity, sneak into a wild card, then get blown out in the first
I will
round.
not be raising one of these right here.
Oh, they'll be raising probably some banners.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the different kind of banners.
Oh, yeah. We're a team banner?
That's
Maybe.
the Ottawa banner.
Uh-huh. We finally missed the playoffs banner. Or continue. Should their banner be continue to employ Peter Laviolette? Should that be the banner?
No, their banner should be we employed Paul Fenton.
We thought that what's his name? Mike Ribeiro was a good addition. Not creepy or anything.
Mike Ribeiro.
Oh, God. He molested his babysitter. What a piece of shit. He
Ribeiro.
got Mark Shimura syndrome. All right. Keep.
The Squid for $5. Damn the Wild for firing Fenton before he could reach peak mean. Type F.
1 year of Fenton. 1 year.
15 months. Like the only person, not Neil Smith that I can think of that only lasted a year was like Mel Bridgman for the expansion Senators. Like he was bad.
Neil Smith won a cup with the Rangers, though. Like what?
Yeah, I'm talking with the Islanders.
Right. Oh, so was he with the Isles before or after the Rangers?
After, back in 2006, right between Milbury and Garth Snow.
He must have seen what a dump.
Neil Smith was like a GM for like 6 weeks. Then he was like he was meddling in the GM affairs, and
yeah.
that's how we got Garth Snow and the 15-year contract for Luongo.
Yep, we're getting lots of F's in the chat for Mr. Fenton for 15 months on the job. Yep.
But he was awful, though.
Yeah.
Awful.
At least he didn't sign Ryan Suter and Zach Parise to long-term deals.
Oh, and Jester Noster asked me a question in the chat. I mean, technically, we all have egos. I were to guess maybe. I don't know.
I don't see much ego from you, by the way.
I'll lean yes, just because to make it safe.
I think,
But,
yeah.
whatever.
I think we all have an ego when it
comes
to our
we technically all do. I mean,
Yeah.
a little ego is healthy. It's just a lot of it that'll kill you.
I think there's a difference, though, between like having an ego and having like taste, or not taking every suggestion and doing it. You know, like it's a little different. I don't know.
It's a weird like slope.
But I wouldn't say that any of us have like egos. Like if someone were to come up to us and be like, "Hey, I'm a big fan" or whatever, we'd all just be like, "Oh my god,
like, oh,
you
cool.
recognize
Thanks,
me?"
man.
Like, yeah, we gave hugs.
I mean, I'd be shocked about that.
Yeah,
and I mean, like, I'd say, like, holy shit, people recognize me.
Yeah, there was that guy that was a Reds fan. I forget his name too. I think I followed him.
He was
on
like,
Twitter. He was awesome, dude.
He was.
Everyone was awesome.
I mean, the people that were there were pretty awesome.
Everyone was awesome. If you show
both
up
events
and appreciate what we're doing, you're awesome. Now, if we go to some show and 10,000 people want to want to see us, I'd probably try to hug all of them too. Especially
I feel like I just shit my pants. I'd be like, what the?
Especially the ones with the big boobies.
Like, we fill a fucking room. It's like, what?
Yeah.
How did we fill this?
That's what I was thinking. We should do a con where it's called Man Con, right? Where it's like you just go around and like sip craft beers, you know, and
beer
it's like,
etiquette,
right? And the hotel's right across the street from both a strip club and like an NHL arena, you know, like, and then on the second day, like we all go out on an excursion and we just like catch fish and fry it like near a lake, and then
just pick up football, baseball, and basketball games,
right,
throughout the day,
right. And then, like, we just bring in, like, a truck full of strippers and everyone gets blowjobs, you know? Like, it's just, that's ManCon fucking 2020. Let's do it. Someone organize it. All right. YOLO Swaggins for 10 bones. Thank you, YOLO. AJ Green out for multiple games. John Ross, sidelined for injury. Please kill me. This is all Bengals stuff. This is going to be an ugly season for the Bungles. Time for a legacy of failure. It's almost there. It is almost there. But AJ Green's only out for 2 games. That's better than like him tearing an ACL on like.
Yeah, when I thought that, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, he is in the chat there bagging on LCBO beer.
Canned water.
Yep.
Well, no, the correct term was like Labatt with different flavor.
That's right. That's what Tex said. That's what Tex called it. He called it Labatt with different flavors.
There was like one good beer in the LCBO. Like the rest of it was just like, Jesus.
I just drank like that. Yeah. I drank Twisted Tea.
And we were mostly just making fun of like the descriptions in the back. It felt like it was written by like the same ad PR company out of Western California.
Yeah. Yes. The finest beer has been selected through the mountains of Canada as the water streamed down through the valley.
And it was like one that had like, we're made of rich Manitoban honey of northern Manitoba. And it was like, it didn't even taste like honey.
We should write beer descriptions. Like, it'd just be like, look, this pure spring water was rolled off the vagina of a virgin. Press F in the chat.
No, what it should be is like, this beer was inspired by the Great Siege of Jerusalem in 1242. It's bold, it's boisterous, and it's also full of flavor and blood.
Right. Joshua and Jericho IPA.
Richard the Lionhearted.
No, City Walls of Jericho IPA. And then it has like someone shouting and the walls like crumbling in the background. Like, yes, this was made after the siege of Jericho.
The Templar Pale Ale.
Yeah, Templar Pale Ale, yes. The most misunderstood pale ale in all the land. All right, you got this next one.
That I do, sir. I've got Mr. Beast of Metal 1989 for 10 bones. Why are teams suddenly waiting until after the draft and free agency to fire the GM and other front office personnel anyway? If you don't trust them, why wait? Alternatively, why not wait another year?
That's a great question.
Because owners are impatient and they are stupid.
Well, the other thing is,
Well, it's the Jets, and it is the Texans and the Wild. Those are the three.
well, that's when you want to fire them, right? Because then they've given you the work. You don't fire someone at the beginning of the day, right? You want them to move all the boxes and shit, and then you're like, oh, by the way, you suck at moving boxes.
You'd be better off
like
firing them after the season,
right?
Like in the middle of the season, so you have time to scout.
Yeah,
but Paul Fenton, if you heard some of his quotes about him being enamored by players taller than him at the draft, and also about Matt Zuccarello being like a lizard with his stick. It's yeah, this dude ain't cut out to be a GM.
Yeah,
he's special.
I don't know.
The Jets, they're just the Jets.
I think
and they threw all that money around and they gave unlimited power to fucking Adam Gase. And then the Texans tried to do a power play maneuver for one of the Patriots execs, and Patriots almost sued them, so they look like shit.
Yeah. The Texans are trying to do that whole Patriot thing, just like the Lions are, except for apparently Matt Patricia likes to, break into women's dorm rooms and jack off, apparently.
No, he's the one that does spy cameras in there.
That's right.
Has that little room where he has a handle of adult water / vodka.
Yeah.
He's that kind of dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I see them this is a slow time for a GM, right? He's already done his work, so they got everything going. So, all right. James Amadei, Rick Renteria or Ned Yost get fired? I don't see them firing Yost because he's already in a small market team,
I could see Yost retiring.
Yeah, he is getting old.
He is 60s.
He did win a World
Series. And plus,
he did win a World Series.
He has done a poor job, but Kansas City's just straight up tanking.
Yeah, they're not giving him any players. They let Moustakas go. They let all their bargain basement budget burners who won them a World Series.
That's the cost of the small market, right? Because they commanded more money than they wanted to pay.
Right. Their scouting is amazing.
Sorry, we got to restart.
Yeah, they know how to evaluate talent. They had Zach Greinke. They had all these great pitchers, and they're gone now. They're just gone because
they just got to reload. That's the problem, and it's going to take a while.
I don't know about Rick Renteria. Who's he the manager for?
He's the White Sox manager. I can see him getting fired.
Yeah, the White Sox.
They have shown minimal progress.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember Edgar Renteria. He was quite the shortstop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 2-time World Series champion.
Yes, 2-time. He hit a single up the middle. Okay. I'll read the second one from James Amadei as well. Also, the NHL lockout is coming. At least Notre Dame has college hockey. I don't think the NHL is that dumb. I think that they resolve the labor dispute rather amicably. Someone can come back to this clip and quote me when a lockout occurs, but I don't think if it happens, it won't last long because they both know that any prolonged labor stoppage in the NHL is going to fuck them both. So,
but right. I mean, people don't think like that. What's logic?
I guess the players can get pissed if they don't get paid enough, but the owners can just be like, look, we can do this again. We can cancel a whole season. You want to fucking do that shit?
The problem is the pay rates are escalating and nobody's really caring for it. Or the NHL, the cap is just staying the same. So they're just all hitting a wall.
Yeah, well, it's sort of the women's, the equal pay thing. There's not many dollars to go around. It's not like the NBA or say the NFL where the NFL, the players do have a gripe. They're getting fucked. If the NFL,
they're going for a deep lockout.
If the NFL was a Fortune 500 company, I think they'd be in the Fortune. They'd be what, 25 billion in revenue? They'd be up there. They'd be in at least the Fortune 1000, I think. So, and the NHL is not shit in terms of total revenue compared to the other sports. So it's crazy that they would think that they could do that. All right, You got this next one from Taylor Phillips.
Mr. Taylor Phillips of the Michigan Sports Truth for $2. Thoughts on the Tigers' Bosio Coleman story?
Oh yeah,
and he linked this to us. It's an accusation of just racism.
Yeah, so the team
he got fired a couple years ago.
Yeah, so this happened a long time ago. And I guess Coleman accused Bozzie of saying racist things, and now he's suing the Tigers, which is, I don't know what the truth is there. I just know that that just pours more gasoline on the tire fire that is the Detroit Tigers, who are sitting squarely here at last place in all of the majors with only 31 wins. That's that's
Mm-hmm.
basically what's it. Even the Marlins have 41 wins. Like how do you be that bad? Like holy
Because it
shit.
is the Tigers.
I remember us talking at the beginning of the season with Taylor about the Tigers prospects, and we were like, yeah, we don't like it. And this is way worse than it could possibly be. Way
Oh,
worse.
yeah.
Way worse. Okay. Beast of Metal, 1989. Huntington claims he plans to sell at the deadline this year. What's his likeliest path to botching the shit out of it? Wow.
Probably doing nothing or trading Felipe Vasquez for like Ross Stripling and some Magic Beans. Let's be real. I mean, they're probably logically it'd be wise for them to get rid of Marte and Vasquez because you're 14 games under 500. You've lost 15 of 17. This is a total collapse. And technically, they're winning right now. They're up 8-2. It's shocking, I know, but it's been a disaster. And you're too inconsistent to make a true run. So you have to sell whatever you can. And
You're.
your best two pieces are Vasquez and Marte.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked somebody set up somebody gave a living, breathing thing for Jordan Lyles. He's been hot trash since June.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I really trust Huntington to do these moves. Like he's shown time and time again, like he's not good.
Yeah, I mean, you swing and miss enough, you strike out, right? And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're hit below the Mendoza line, you get sent back to AAA.
yeah, it's just I don't understand what's going on there. I just don't
It's
get it.
because the Pirates are deluding themselves into thinking they're
They're
competitive. Probably going to blame injuries, even though the pitching depth is outright horrid, and the pitching completely overperformed last year. But I feel
they're
like they'd rather be safe and just quote unquote competitive than take a big risk and blow it all up again.
yeah, they're
And they don't
dead.
even need to blow it all up.
Yeah, it's true. They got to get rid of Archer. You think they'll at least sell Archer? No,
I don't know.
he's
I,
too
I don't know if
young.
they'll even extend his option.
He's too young.
I think Kella's gone because I think he hates it here and I think he's a borderline cancer, but
Hmm.
but that's because of a lot of shit that's happened.
You got your team is 46 and 60 in a division where all you have to be is over 500 and you're basically in first place.
Dude, they straight up collapsed. They got swept by the Mets.
Fucking shit.
They're
Yeah.
not even facing good competition. You lost 2 or 3 to the Phillies. One of those games was completely winnable. You got a 4-game sweep by the Cardinals. I mean, you got lost 2 or 3 to them. You got swept by the Cubs. They punched you in the mouth. But the Mets, they're horrible. And you got swept by them.
I do like the post deadline baseball because the teams that give up super hard and they just stop winning. And then so that the contenders start beating up on those teams and you just get
Yeah.
really interesting results. All right, we stopped pretending to win and now we fucking suck. So
Yeah, the Pirates are probably going to be the type of team that can't even lose properly and finish probably around 500 for the year. I can see that.
yes. All right. This one is from Dodger of Zion, who we hung out with all week. Was a pleasure to finally meet both of you. This was easily my best con Bravo to date. I had a total blast. Not sure how to feel about Vargas though. Yes, Dodge, we had amazing fun. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was great.
I want to thank her for
Yes.
everything she did. So I never
Thanks.
really got to do that. So
Yeah. Well,
Dodger, I know you're hearing. Thank you,
yep.
buddy.
Thank you, Dodge, for setting it up and all of us having a good time in summertime Hamilton, Canada. So,
Mm-hmm.
it was a good time was had by all. Mm. Yep, we had fun at the pool. We had drinks at the pool. We got lit at the pool. Did
You
lots
got
of
lit at the
things.
pool.
No, that wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. So Jason Vargas going to the Phillies. I'm surprised they got anything for that junk baller. You know he has the slowest fastball in all of Major League Baseball. I think it's 80.
Here's the fun part, though. You know who you got for him, though. Not
Who?
just a catcher who hits under 200. You got the friend of Bradley Wilpon. So that's why you got him. He's a grandson. He's a friend of
We were just getting rid of him so that we got rid of him for Stroman, you
We
know?
got Fred Coupon. We got his grandson's friend.
Freddie
He's
Coupon.
gonna be a starting catcher in September.
So we're gonna just get rid of Ramos behind the plate? Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much. I mean, let's face it. No one wants to pitch to him anyway.
Yeah. No one wants to play in New York except for Marcus Stroman, apparently. All right. Oh, you got this next one. Oh, I like this next
Oh,
one.
like Marcus Stroman apparently was pissed, like in the locker room, like after he found out about that trade.
So we were there, and what's his name? Sogard got traded
Like at the game.
at the game to the Rays, right?
Yeah.
So he just had to walk across the dugout, like probably if he walked over between the fourth inning, like he would have been like, "See you guys," and then they end up winning, and he's like,
Well, they have to do the formality. He has to go underneath the tunnels.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you can't just.
He
put
couldn't
a jersey
dress
on.
because he was already scratched.
Yeah, you have to put the jersey on. You know, you can't just go to the next team and just start batting. You know, like, hey, he was traded between innings and now he's batting for the Rays. No, he couldn't do that. But that was crazy that they traded him to the other team during the game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And the Rays are still in contention. I mean, they might not win the wild card. I mean, the Indians. Someone tried to say
It's tight. I mean, the Red Sox are still around. They'll always be around.
Someone tried to say that the Indians were going to trade Bauer. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The Indians are not going to trade Bauer.
They might be thinking that, like, do you think they'll go on a deep run?
Maybe.
That's the question.
Maybe. Wow, we got two $20 Snapchats tonight, so we're getting to them.
Damn,
All
son.
right. Yes. Who?
Well, let's go to David Benjamin for 5. So, Tree, the Reds scored 10 runs against the Pirates in 1 inning. Thoughts? And honestly, that's hilarious. I was laughing. I took a nap, like, because I had just gotten home, like, a couple hours before. It was like 1-0 Pirates. Like, okay. And I was like 10-1. It's like, oh my God. The Pirates are trash.
The Pirates
shockingly, they might win a game. They're up 8-2.
Oh my God.
It's incredible.
It's just Pyrrhic victories from now on. It's just
all you can do is laugh. Like, it's bad. Like, this team is bad. My inhibitions in May were true. This team sucks.
Let's look at scores right now. You read the next one while I look.
Also, thoughts on Steelers training camp. Browns are better, though. Steelers training camp, I mean, I don't really pay much focus to training camp. Mainly if there's injuries. Most of the time, it's just like, I just want to see how the games go and see how they develop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the Browns are, like, probably the most, I would guess, overhyped team right now. I want them to prove something to me before I really get on that train. They're very boom bust to me.
You want to get on that train, baby. Yeah, the Browns, they're an enigma. They could either win 10, 11 games or win 3 or 4.
I see it can either be 12-4 or 4-12. I think they have an equal chance.
I will tell you this: there's a lot of hype around Browns camp, and that is bad in the NFL. That is bad to have hype around your team. It has never worked out. You want to be like under the radar, like the Rams were kind of last year. You know, like, hey,
Patriots were under the radar too. Technically.
Yep. You just want to just go about your business very quietly in the NFL. You want to sneak up on people. You know, like, you don't want to be good or thought of as good, because people circle that calendar on you. You know, like, oh shit, I can't wait to fucking make Odell Beckham fight a fucking kicking net. What's going to happen. TIE Fighter 94 early tank bowl predictions for the NFL. Wow.
I see the Marlins being pretty bad.
No.
I mean, they're looking to openly tank. They just fired their O-line coach. Like,
you mean the Dolphins?
A few months after they fired him in training camp because they were so awful.
You mean the Dolphins? You said Marlins, I think.
Dolphins,
yeah.
It's the same thing. They're both
I know.
shitty.
All of our sports teams just blend together after.
I bet on a baseball fix. It's just like, oh yeah, that team.
Yep. I could see the Cardinals tanking again pretty bad. I mean,
the Cardinals, they're just trend chasing right now.
Right. Kyler Murray's a rookie.
They still have no line. Yeah. The only difference is Kyler Murray can run, and he's going to be running for goddamn life.
But you know what? Maybe that's unfair. You know, when the Seattle got Russell Wilson and he came in and he was playing really well. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be a tank candidate right now. I don't see anybody in the NFC East doing it. I think everyone's going to try to win.
Well, I mean, the teams that usually compete for that are the ones you don't expect.
That's
Or the
true.
ones that aren't predicted to. Nobody
That's true.
expected San Fran to be that awful. No one expected Oakland to be that awful. No one expected even Arizona to be that awful.
Yeah, team gets off to 0-4 though, and they're like rolling the tanks. Bring them in. They're like, dude. Yep, that's it. If you're 4 games under 500 in the NFL, like I don't know, you might as well.
It's a deep uphill battle.
Deep
I
up.
mean, the Colts proved you can do it when you're 1-5, but it's a very hard road.
All right, let's get through these. We've been
Beast of
slacking.
Metal 1989 for $10. Breaking. Steelers extend head coach Mike Tomlin on 1-year contract with team option for second year. Opinion, the Hampton Roads branch of Steeler Nation extends apologies for being his home region. I mean, that's pretty much just like a false confidence because they only gave him a year.
Yeah, we were talking about that at the in-person dumpster fire. Like,
Yeah, that's like a no confidence extension.
yeah. I
He
don't
only did
know.
it to extend formalities.
It could be something where he gets fired or he like takes a leave and then ends up with like the Cardinals or something, Like
Cardinals would make sense since they've gotten a lot of former Steelers.
yeah, Cardinals they would overpay him. They would give him Gruden money to come coach the Cardinals. So, and then he would be looked up as the savior and he'd probably coach for 5 years, not win shit because they're the Cardinals and then retire with just oodles of money and his 2 rings.
Mm-hmm. And one more from Beast of Metal 1989 for $250. Sphincter control 5 points. That's probably from your take a dump.
Take a dump. Ooh, take a dump. I did not make that
Always.
up. But all right. Wow. Trey Megathan. Mr. Tree, thoughts on Steelers extend? Oh, we just talked about this. Okay, yep. we just gave your thoughts. Sorry about that, Trey. You had no idea.
No worries, man. But as I said, like it's just like a false, like like no confidence extension.
No confidence. Also, 5 points. Thoughts on putting out some merch? Thanks and rock on you both. Yes, I need to put out some merch. I've been sitting on it. I set up the Teespring account and everything. I just haven't uploaded any merch yet. But my first shirt is going to say damn son, and the O is going to be my logo.
Oh,
just
God.
say damn son.
It's not a bad idea.
Maybe I watched a 5 points video and all I got was to the end of it.
Dad jokes.
Oh, yes, dad jokes with the O as my logo again. Dad jokes, yes. Bald. I think bald ugly would be another good one, right? Bald ugly.
What he just needs is your face with a nice shiny bald head.
Right. And it just says bald ugly on it. And only people will know that's what it is. Take a dump.
Nick, the Minnesota sports guy, for 20. Thank you, brother. Howdy, Jets. Going to the Vikings camp on Friday to get an autograph from Captain Kirk. At the football game on Thursday, what are you looking forward to in the NFL's 100th season? Excuse me. Also, what are your predictions for the Vikings?
Vikings? Go ahead.
In terms of, like, for the NFL's 100th season, what am I looking forward to? Probably, hopefully, like a crazy season that I laugh at a lot.
Yeah, and the Patriots not winning much.
I think everyone does that. We were hoping for that last year. Look what happened.
They will win a lot. I think the Vikings are about 9 to 10 wins this year. They have to go up. If they don't do well, if they miss the playoffs, they got to blow it up.
If they miss the playoffs, Mike Zimmer's getting fired.
Yeah, Zimmer's fired. They got to consider dealing Kirk Cousins. Like,
fortunately, he only has 1 year left on his deal.
Yeah. Yeah. If you could get Kirk Cousins to cuss, Nick, that would be hilarious. Try to get him to cuss on tape, but he won't. He's like Phillip Rivers, just like nicer and cooler about it.
And less kids.
Yes, less kids. But I don't think he would be like. I don't think he cusses much. I think he just says things like "golly gee willikers" or "come on guys, that was crap." That was crap, guys. Is crap a cuss word?
I don't know. That never really struck me as one to me.
No. But you know what it means? It's like shit. It's like poopy.
Yeah, it's shite.
But poopy. Like, that was poop, guys. You would never say that. You could
I
say
mean,
that was
is dung like a technically a cuss word?
yeah, that was dung. That was a shit effort. That was a horse shit effort. See that makes sense, right? Like that was horse shit right there, guys. Like it just drives the point home. You can't just say that was
It
poopy.
creates emphasis.
Yes. Beast of Metal 1989, who single-handedly supports the show,
Dear
by the
God.
way, who we love. Steelers scream 6 and 10 to me. They scream like a victim of a chest burster or the parasitic worms from season 5 of the 100. Wow. Um,
That's a bold prediction. Six
that
and
is.
10.
He's
I mean,
talking
that
major
that could
shit.
get people to blow it up.
He's talking major
The
shit
internet
about your
will
Steelers. It's
slowly
very,
die.
you know what? It's very believable that the Steelers go 6 and 10. I don't know. This is the year that we find out, is Mike Tomlin a Bill Belichick type coach that can just win when he has less, or is he a Ken Wisenhunt type of coach that loses more when he has less? We will see. Crap is not a cuss word. All right.
So I thought.
Go ahead.
Uncultured barbarian for
Yes.
$2. Prepare Giants fans for a season-long tank bull.
I don't know about that. I'm being delusional, by the way.
Well,
It's
they'll
gonna
probably
suck.
have a bad start and then win a couple games to fuck up their tanking.
Yeah, they could do like that one year where they started out 0 and 6 and then were like 5 and 6 and got
Yeah,
all
that
their
was like
hopes up.
last year. It was like,
Yeah.
they started out like a 1 and 7,
It
and then they won like 5 out of their last like 8.
it all depends on
Destroy
the
their tank.
defense. It all depends. They added a bunch of D backs, so that's a scheme that they're running. They're running 3-4 with coverage and then trying to rush off the edge. And we'll see if they can cover. And if not, we'll know very quickly. But they got rid of Landon Collins, and they don't really have much outside. They drafted corners. They picked
They
up,
have no wide
yeah.
receivers. They have few
Yeah, guys
impact
are
players coming
right.
in.
Guys are dropping like the original group of French Panama Canal workers before they figured out what malaria is. That's the Giants receiver core. They're just getting bit by mosquitoes and dying. Sterling Shepard broke his thumb. Not a big deal. He'll be back. He's probably just skipping camp. He faked it. Golden Tate got popped for horse tranquilizers and steroids. And then Gary Coleman, as a lot of you told me, the midget, he passed away about 10 years ago. So I don't know. Um, what you got?
And he also tore his ACL
Hmm.
while in the grave.
I like this one. Beast of Metal 1989. Blame Schlosser. Blame the Schlosser jinx for the Mets buying. That was the Schlosser drink jinx. I think we found out about that at the game, right? That like you guys were clowning me. Like what? The Mets acquired
Like the
Stroman.
Mets are gonna lose. They're gonna lose. We're going Mets
Uh
because
huh.
they had scored 4 runs, and it's like, fuck, they lost again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if they buy more, I'm just gonna laugh hysterically.
They're not gonna buy more. They're gonna sell more. They're gonna sell more and piss me off. I predict. I predicted
Speaking
that.
of the Mets, Jared Froman for $2. Thoughts on the Mets Pirates series this past weekend?
It was good for us.
Laughing hysterically. That's pretty much
Yeah.
what I thought.
Stroman got shelled, or not Stroman. Archer got shelled, and then
Well,
they
Chris
almost
Archer
came back.
sucks ass.
Yeah, they almost came back in true Met fashion, but somehow the Mets
Chris
held
Archer
on.
sounds like a future Met. You
Dude,
should acquire him.
I,
Trade us Pete Alonso
I
and Jeff McNeil.
I was impressed with the bombs that the Rays were hitting. I was impressed with all the bombs that were hit in the game, man. People were jacking the ball out of
Oh, they're crushing it.
yeah, and the roof was closed too, which was disappointing, but man, downtown Toronto is
It was
kind
a
of hype.
sunny. It would have been a beautiful
Yeah,
day
it was a
for
beautiful day. I wish the roof was open, man. That sucked. LA Superfly 94. Hey, he could have been born in 94 or he graduated in 94. Which is it? Uh-huh. How stupid would the Giants be for buying? The Giants are losing right now to the Phillies, so
good. Well, I mean, it'd be incredibly stupid for them to buy
yeah, I
because
know.
like they've just gone on a toward winning. They're like the Pirates last year. They're not really that good, but they've gone hot at the right time. They have a lot of players performing well, and they have a good bullpen. So they're thinking, maybe we can do it. And then they'll buy some stuff and then collapse off the face of the map.
No, no, I don't see it. I think they should sell. I think they should sell. They're only 2 games
Mm-hmm.
over. They're
Yes,
not
and
really in
it's like
contention.
the NL in general is deceiving because everyone is shit.
Yeah. The Nats are going to win the wild card, probably. Nats are the Cardinals. God help us all. And
Yeah, the
then,
problem is like I can see the Nats making the wild card and then their bullpen's blowing it.
yeah, they got to get Mad Bum for all they can because Mad Bum is not going to re-sign with them. Or if he does, I mean, if he just comes back, then they get the best of both worlds. They sign him and they get prospects for him. You know, that's the old Ricky Henderson
Mm-hmm.
thing. All right, you got Nathan Dewi.
I do. Nintendo Wii for $5. How does acquiring Nikita Gusev impact the Devils' playoff chances? Gusev
Ooh,
is a very boom bust player. Like he was like the Russian KHL MVP last year. He
mm-hmm.
had signed with Vegas for the playoffs, but he had never played. But Vegas doesn't have the cap room, so they had to trade him.
Vegas don't care about the cap, right? As VK Golden Knights would say. VKG.
And they
Yeah.
already shed they already shed Holla and Colin Miller.
So the Devils have been very aggressive this offseason, right? You
They
know?
had to because they did nothing last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they're adding that in parts. They're appeasing Taylor Hall, you know?
I mean,
They
they have to.
they went
Really,
out.
he's the only thing they've left. Their issue would be they have goal questions.
Yeah.
Can Corey Schneider get back on it, and do they have anything that can really help them?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I got this next one for 20. I like what the Devils have done though. I like what they've done. Daniel Bernstein for $20. Thank you. You and who else gave 20?
It was like
Nick, the Minnesota sports guy. You are tied for the Bazell Award. Ronald Ollie was cut because Gruden and Mayock don't want to share the spotlight with a real star. Discuss. Ooh, Ronald Ollie.
Arnold Ollie. There is some news about like John Gruden falling in love with Nathan Peterman.
Really?
Yeah,
Could
it's
he
the
be
last chance you
starting?
star.
Could he be
If
starting?
he starts, I'll laugh hysterically.
Oh my
Like he'll probably
God.
start non-ironically too. Like it'll be
Oh.
like, oh, like Derek Carr's still healthy, but we want Peterman.
Okay, so Ronald Ollie was from Last Chance U, so I'm sure Flemlo knows all about it. So he's cut from the training camp roster, but he'll probably pick up somebody will pick him up, man. Um, it's just
Probably.
yeah, the Raiders don't know talent when they see it or a good story, you know. It's it's bad. It's bad.
Well,
But
it's John Gruden. What do you
yeah,
expect?
it's Gruden. All right, and then James Amadei. No, okay, no, you got this next one.
Yep, James Amadei for $2. Tree due Northwestern basketball mediocrity defined.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh,
Um,
that's a little
how about the kid
specific,
crying?
but
That to me will always live in the lore of Northwestern basketball. Is that little sniveling, little snot nosed
yeah,
brat
that the meme.
crying? Yeah, he's just so upset and
Oh
salty.
my
Oh
god!
my god! I don't know. I used to get real serious about like. Thank God cameras didn't exist when I was a kid because I remember when I was I think it was my 13th birthday or 12th birthday. I begged my dad to take me to Shea Stadium to see the Mets play, and it rained that day, and I cried like all day. I was like,
Oh,
"Why, God? Why?" But if you're gonna cry and hate God, you should reserve that for when He gives you like really bad diarrhea. You know, like that's the
or
time
when
where
you can't take a dump.
right, right. Oh yeah, when you
Like,
can't take
why,
a dump.
God? Why are you doing this to me?
Right, but do you ever get that diarrhea where you're just sweating so bad and like you just have to take your shirt off and you're just like, "Oh my God, please. What is
Oh,
happening? God, why do you hate me? Why? Why?" I Would you rather like have diarrhea like that for the rest of your life or die immediately? I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't know.
Diarrhea and religion are good at two things, making you want to die. Okay. Sorry. I had to say that out loud. Beast Metal 1989. Wow, we're in time here. 9:54. We can actually
I
do a little
know.
chatting,
We can
interact with
chill for a
the
little bit.
yes. He's talking about the Peter Mean coming to the East Bay. Beast of Metal 1989. I've seen the occasional aggressive filter moderator treat crap as a cuss word. Usually when they expect 8-year-olds in the chat room. 8-year-olds, dude.
Why would 8-year-olds be in a
8-year-olds.
live stream? Where are
Yeah.
their
Are
parents?
there any 8-year-olds in here? Press F so that you can be blocked. If you're 8 and your parents cannot monitor you enough to make sure that you're not watching an adult. Oh, the dumpster fire. Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, mentally we're 8.
Yeah,
So,
I've been mentally 8 since I was like 7. So,
right?
yeah. Uh-huh. Trey McGethan, even in that scenario, you'd have 0 playoffs. All right. Um, yeah, so it was a great week. Why does the why does it sound normal for 1 second, then ear rape the next? Maybe because I'm putting it too close to me, or I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
getting
probably because you're moving
too excited.
around.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. This is a new mic too. Look, it's the
Yeah, he
blue
changed
Yeti.
that up.
Yeah, had to change that up because the other one died. But here it goes. All right. Oh, Tucker White at the end of the show. Got nothing to say. Take my money. All right. It's all right. Tucker White, big NASCAR fan. Beast of Metal
Absolutely.
didn't bring up NASCAR. I saw that, what's his name? Verstappen won the German Grand Prix.
I heard it was a good race.
Yeah, it was. I was watching it in the hotel room before we left. It was a lot of spin outs. There was rain before, and a lot of guys ended up in the. And the thing about the German Grand Prix and the off track areas was rocks, not sand. So anybody that drove in there got stuck. So
Oh, yeah, that
so
would
they were
shock me a little
done.
bit.
They were done. They had to get out and push their car and stuff. But all right, we got done here a little early for once. Oh, thoughts
I
on
know.
Tyreek Hill? I think we covered him. Did we talk about
I
him
think
last
last week,
week?
right?
Yeah.
I think either that or during the stream. Because if you
Or
remember, he
yeah,
got no
yeah.
suspension yet. There was another guy with a similar situation, no charges. He got like a 6 game suspension.
Josh Brown admitted that he beat up his wife and that he had domestic dispute, like totally owned up to it, and then never played in the NFL again. So, and especially when Cody Parkey was like missing kicks left and right. But that's what happens when you admit to the truth. You can either do that or just lie. I don't know. I think the thing is like a lot of people are like, yeah, Tyreek Hill's a scumbag, but he does have rights. I'm not saying I'm not defending him. I'm just saying when you're a big time NFL player and you spend lots of money on lawyers and you have a players union behind you, there's going to be one side of the process that also gets followed. So, I'm not saying that I just don't have enough evidence, and that's probably where Roger Goodell was. Is like, all right, on one tape they're talking about breaking this kid's arm, but there's like no hard evidence of it. He
Well,
did
they never
punch.
charged him with a crime.
Right,
That was
right.
the thing.
He did punch his pregnant girlfriend, but then like that other tape seemed to exonerate him. So I don't know what the fuck, dude. All I know is that if he gets caught up with something again, or like then he's fucked. So um, I was surprised that he wasn't suspended, but again, he has rights, you know. Um, but it's amazing that Adrian Peterson lost a whole year over alleged child abuse.
Well, I mean, he technically beat his kid.
Yeah, technically, I think you can only just, you know, beat your kid. There's
I
no
mean,
technical.
consistency in general is
Yeah.
like ridiculous. Like,
Mm.
there have been other like child abuses in the NFL, and they don't get shit.
The wheel of discipline, baby.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill gets nothing.
Uh,
AP gets a year. Zeke gets 6 for not even being charged with a crime.
yeah, that's true. And then I think that was just about Roger Goodell showing Jerry Jones who was the real Palpatine. Um,
Pretty much.
he was just like, "Fuck you, Jerry. I'll fucking show you." Yep. Um, Beast of Metal had a NASCAR snapper chat, but it didn't interest him. So it's about Nashville, but next week he's got a good one. All right. So we can wrap up for once a little early. Um,
Oh
we
yeah.
had a good week. I'm still very tired from the week, but I got a video coming out. The part 1 of the NFL's rise to the top of television is coming out probably tomorrow, maybe Thursday. If I don't like the edit tomorrow, I'll probably let it sit for a little bit. But for the most part, I think it'll be ready tomorrow. So
Yeah, as I said, I'm shooting for a brief one tomorrow. It's gonna be on a play, but like I'm hoping for an MLB trade deadline stream.
yeah.
So I should be done with that tonight.
Oh,
Probably
nice.
get that out tomorrow.
Nice. And then after I get that video out, I'm going to edit up all the footage. I'm probably going to release the live dumpster fire. The audio didn't seem that bad on it, Man,
I mean, it's something at least.
was this a week where you had a lot of mics in front of your face? Like I felt like I've never talked into a mic more than this
Yeah.
weekend.
Well, it's also they have a lot of like they're different mics. They're like handheld
Yeah.
mics. They're not the Blue Yetis.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
It
also
felt like I
surprised.
was like in an auditorium in elementary school, like with all the handheld mics.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing. It felt like that.
No, no, I thought it was great. Like I felt like a big time pseudo celebrity for once.
No, I mean, like I just felt like a dude,
Not
but I
big,
mean, I
not
enjoyed the
big time.
panels.
I wouldn't say big
I
time. I
thought it
just
went
felt
well.
like, yeah, I just felt like I was privileged for a little bit. Like, oh my gosh, this is my job. Especially at the Cards Against Humanity, because we had a lot of people in there, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing up here? You know?
Well, I mean, you had a lot of subscribers. I mean,
Yeah,
most of the people that were like headliners had like tens of thousands on there, but they're like niche comic book
yeah,
nerds.
yeah, yeah. The
Like
dude next to
you,
me.
you're like Big Kahuna compared to a lot of these.
No, I'm never Big Kahuna compared to anybody. The guy next
Oh,
to
I
me,
mean,
I forget his
I
name.
mean, I'm not either, but
Yeah. No, I forget the guy's name that was next. You almost had 300,000 subs, dude. Like you're almost there, man.
I
So,
find that crazy to believe.
yeah. You should get there by the end of football season. And I'm lagging behind at 200 or 191. Like,
It's not about the number; it's about the quality of video you put
yeah,
out.
I guess.
Numbers mean nothing.
Numbers don't quality doesn't pay the rent
Oh yeah,
around here.
technically too, you get more views on certain videos.
Yeah.
There's always that.
Yeah, that's true. But my most cheatingest video is starting to eat. That's got
Yours ones have more of a longer burn than I
That's
do.
true. Yours.
Mine are like short term. Maybe once in a while they'll be longer, but most of the time it's like they pop for a little bit and then dead.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, man.
It's the cyclical nature of sport.
It
And then
is.
people see it years from now. It's like this video aged poorly. It's like no shit. It's
Yeah, I
from
know. Yeah,
2017.
people still watch my triggering video on the NBA just because it has a very catchy title. Like you're like, oh, okay, you're gonna
Yeah.
trigger me. But then the first thing is like this aged very poorly, and I'm like, okay, fuck
Oh
you.
yeah.
I can't predict the future. Fuck you. All right.
Oh, of
All right.
course.
Let's go ahead and wrap up. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dodger of Zion, Beast of Metal, Nick Man. Oshawott Man was not here. And to all the moderators out there, Beast of Metal included. Let's see if there's anybody else. Thank you to the two $20 Snapchats from Daniel Bernstein. And who was the other fella? The Minnesota sports guy. Nick the Minnesota sports guy. Thanks to Taylor Phillips for popping in. Everybody else that contributed to our growing problem of alcoholism and weed addiction. Thank you so much. Any parting words there, Mr. Tree?
No, I don't. As I said, I'm like trying to get back into a groove of video making, but it was a good time.
Yeah. I'm
Don't regret it.
I'm surprised at how productive I was today, given
Yeah,
how tired
like
I
I
was
got
yesterday.
a good bit today.
Yeah.
As I said, like it's a quick video, but still.
Well, we did take 4.5 days off. That's like the longest period that I haven't worked on videos.
Yeah, I told myself like, oh, I'm gonna do this
Yeah.
thing. It's like, nope.
And then you fired up the laptop and you were like, oh,
I did like one thing and it was like, nope,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. You
It's
saw
like,
a
oh, I'm
video-
gonna go to the gym later tonight, and then I'm a couple beers in. I'm like, meh,
You popped
nah.
open the laptop. You're like, oh, I didn't get to finish that video from earlier, so I'm just gonna go ahead and squirt out another batch before dinner. And then you put your penguin shirt on, and then you went outside. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
Hey, those were good workout tees.
Yeah, they were.
100%. But otherwise, yeah, I think we should end.
I was impressed with myself though. I worked out 4 out of the 5 days I was there, so I even got in my chest workout before I got on the plane. So I was
Yeah, I did it too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, before I went to Hamilton, I mean.
And then I got my hand workout.
Oh, yeah, that's why your right forearm's super strong.
Sometimes you gotta mix it up with the left too. All right,
Yeah.
to all the 80 people that have stuck around for this cringe, 73 now. All right, thank you for making it to the end of the stream. I'm 5 Points, and that's the end of the dumpster fire.